I'm great. What about you?
Yeah, I'm also excellent. So you are very pretty girl, right? So we are meeting first time. Could you introduce yourself?
Yep, of course. I could introduce myself, and I'd like to introduce myself. So, I'm Mustafa Moshi. I come from Bangladesh. If you tell about my qualification, I'm just in class 7 in a Bengali medium school as a Bengali medium student. And if you tell about my skills that I'm currently developing is in British and American accent, probably because in British and American accent is the main pronunciation of English, but I don't pressurize myself to learn it. It automatically did. And another thing about me that I'm interested in neuroscience, and another thing I love English. That's why I have a YouTube channel where I upload English related videos. And my channel name is MEHZABIN Mehzabin MOWSHI Mehzabin Moshi. Because I'll just spell it because some people make my spelling wrong. I didn't know, but my spelling is completely unique from other ones. So this is the thing.
Yes, yes. Not only your name is unique, you're also very pretty girl. Okay, so can I introduce myself, dear?
Sure, no problem.
Okay, so this is Gupta, and I'm talking to you from Punjab. Basically, I was born in UP, and I have been living here in Punjab last 20 years. That's why I completed my all education in Punjabi board. So at present, I'm learning language. It has been approximately 2 years. And apart from that, I'm also holding a certificate of IELTS exam. In IELTS, I got all 6 bands. So yeah, and in my free time, I prefer to play with my neighbors, like sometimes video games or like Ludo sometimes, not on a regular basis, right? Or I do dance. Well, I'm quite interested in dance. So I can say most of the time I do dance in my free time. So yeah, this is about myself.
That's pretty good. Dancing is also pretty good. But video games, you not play it regular, so it's okay for you. Another thing that, what's your band score in IELTS? Could you please tell me?
Yeah, sure. I forgot to mention my band score. I got 6 band. Yeah, I did my IELTS in 2023. Right. I just did for two reasons. The first reason I could say I had a motive to visit out of India, but second one was to analyze my level of English. So that's why somewhere I decided to appear this exam. At present, I'm completely free. So
It's com-
why did you start learning this language, dear?
I started learning English without doing courses or classes. You know that I read in a Bengali medium school, and I don't think about courses or classes because I started learning English when it was COVID-19 lockdown. That time people are in home and everything, office schools are off at that time. People can develop their skills or waste their time in playing video games or these types of things. But what I did, I didn't pressurize myself to learn English. Actually, you know what? English music, English podcast, English cartoons help me to develop my English properly. Because those, when you listen properly, you can observe it properly, you can practice it properly. So this is the journey when it's began. And as I told you, I didn't do any courses or classes. Many people tell me, so I'm telling it again and again because many people think it's not possible. But if you think it's possible, it's probably possible. But
Yes,
if you
that,
don't think it's possible, it's always depends on your mindset.
that's completely true. Because impossible itself says I am possible. Nothing is impossible in this world if you have a clear mindset, if you are determined, right? It's all about your positive mindset. If you determine, you have to achieve. Obviously, you can achieve in this world anything, whatever you are inspiring, whatever you are want to gain, right? So similarly, as you said you started your journey in lockdown period. So that time, who motivated you to learn this language? Like Did anyone inspire you or you yourself inspired?
Actually, as a kid, a kid doesn't, you're not inspired by yourself, anybody, but you're inspired by someone else. That's true. That's significantly true. But if you think I'm inspired by myself, it's completely wrong. What you see, you just act in that way. So probably the first thing is my parents, my family. Okay, so that is the thing. First of all, what you have to do is take care what they're saying about. So my parents just did not pressurize myself to learn English. They just what they do. Actually, they tell me that this guy is speaking English so fluently. Why can't you? Means you can't do it. This type of thing. So I started to listen them, and but I don't practice at that time. I just listen them and play, kids types of stuff. So when I play some physical games and I play with my doll, do anything, write, read. Every time I used to speak English, like I'm holding a glass. So I used to tell it that this is a glass or this is a thing. As a kid, they have imaginary friends. So I also had an imaginary friend. Yep. So she's like always talking to me in English, and I'm representing that in English. So probably it's pretty imaginable and pretty fantastic.
Wow, that's so great. So I have one question. Do you speak in English with your friends, with your family members, or in your school?
No, probably no, because I just speak English in conversation videos only, and when I make my videos. But before that, I always talk to myself in English, but I've never talked with my friend circle and family, because they don't support me. They don't take me as well. That you're going to speak English with me, I'm gonna run away. So this types of things they're always saying.
Okay, so have they ever said that your English is quite remarkable? Your pronunciation is on the top level, top notch. Have they given any beautiful comment to you?
Um, I just couldn't catch you.
Okay, let me tell you. I'm saying, is there anyone in your friend circle who appreciated you because of your English, the way you explain everything, the way you speak? It is quite top notch, right? Your pronunciation, you speak in British, like a British language or like American accent, right? You use American accent, and this is quite not possible for many people, but you are speaking very wonderfully, right? So you are a master of, I can see you are a master of accent. So I'm asking, is there anyone who keeps saying your English is good and motivates you, get inspiration from you?
In that way, never. My friends never appreciate me in that way. They just tell me that you're just copying native speakers, that's not a big deal. So they're just speaking like that. If you take about my appreciation, it's currently from my parents and probably for my parents, not from the friend circle, not from the relatives, not anyone. They're just telling that it's not a big deal. They're just copying native speakers. You don't do anything. It's just worthless. They're telling like that. But when teachers appreciate me, teachers are in the teacher's place. But, in my area, they didn't take English in that level. So, yep, they never appreciated me yet.
Okay, so and one thing I just want to ask from you, how people can learn British or any accent? Could you give any tip or any simple method if someone is interested to learn these accents, how they can develop?
In this case, I will not say anything because, the thing is depending on listening, speaking, and practice. These three words is enough for developing your English, nothing else.
Okay, so like how are you learning this language nowadays? What methods are you following to improve your English or to learn any new thing?
Listening, practicing, and speaking, nothing else.
Okay, just like others, you are also like doing the same, right?
Just the same method I use, I tell everybody.
Mm.
Yep.
So, how are you managing your study and your English journey?
Actually, study is in actually the English journey. When I sit in my study table, I actually guide myself in English. That today I'm gonna study about math. The algebra is pretty fantastic. I make sentences in my mind and I talk to myself in English when I give my study guide to myself to the best version of myself to score better in exams. So actually study and English practicing is in the work, like this is already in educational category, so it never say that study is a different work, and practicing English a different work. That's never happened.
Yeah, that is, yeah, you can correlate your English journey as well as your subject because sub English is also a subject in your school. So you can learn simultaneously from your speaking practice. That's so great. So is there anything that you want to ask from me? Because I have
Probably
now.
I had a question, and the thing is that slowly we meet. I don't know anything about you, just a little bit from your introduction. But, ma'am, you have a YouTube channel, you told me. Could you please name your YouTube channel? And another thing is, how did you start your English journey? The starting, remember, the starting and the turning point. Could you please tell?
Of course, it would my pleasure to shed light on my journey of English. And the name, firstly, I would love to tell my YouTube name that is Learn with Nishu, which I like started 2 months ago. So today it has been 2 months, right? And it is going very well, I can say. And coming to your question, how did I start my journey, right? I started the same period, like lockdown period, right? When I had nothing to do except just scrolling and watching unnecessary. And I decided, though I had interest to learn this language after my intermediate, but I was not that much serious, right? And I was not even knowing how to learn this language. But then I decided, now I have enormous time, so why I'm wasting instead of utilizing in a productively, so I should learn something in period. So I started learning and watching some Hindi to English translations video because I was quite comfortable watching Hindi to English translation sentences and paragraphs. So I started from basics. Then gradually I just realized that consuming content in English is not sufficient. For if I really want to speak this language, I have to come out from from a comfortable zone, right? I have to start speaking with the real life people. And I decided to find out some channels, and in this way I can say I developed my confidence. I learned this language by interacting with many people from different region, and they had a good command over this language. They suggested me an issue, I think you are maybe wrong somewhere, so you need to rectify yourself. So I can say mostly people they help me to learn this language when I was not motivate, when I was not giving so much time. Sometimes poor
Yep.
network connection.
No, but I probably
It
could
was
hear
some
you
network.
properly.
Yeah. So I was telling you, yeah, I can see it has been 4 years, the same you have been doing. So yeah, with lots of challenge, I can say being a Punjabi medium girl, as you said, you are from Bengali medium. So it is bit difficult, especially when no one in your school, in your family speak this language. So it is bit difficult when you are completely beginner. But somehow I learned this language. I I appreciated all those people who helped me, right? Especially social media apps. So I can say I learned from many things, many resources that I had that time. Still, I'm learning this language.
That's probably very good because you just came out from your comfort zone, but
Dear,
probably. Oh,
sometimes you are facing some network issues.
nope, I'm okay, and you're okay too. I think your side
Mm,
there's some network issue.
sometimes your video is not properly like visible on screen due to some poor network. Now it's
Well,
fine, I
now?
think. Now you are completely visible. Hmm. Now it's
So I'm just telling you that it's fantastic that way that you shared that you come out from your comfort zone. But actually, I don't suggest you to like mother tongue translate it to English. But
fine.
I don't because I've never used in that technique. I just learn English by myself, just watching and consuming English content. But every pace is completely different, you know. So am I visible to you right now because of a call? So
You are
I
visible.
could.
Also, you are visible. Okay, so let me tell you one thing, like why I started Hindi to English translation. Firstly, nobody was there who could suggest me, and I felt that if you are a completely beginner, so first you must be like find some method, like how you can like start from learning. So I think it is a good way if someone who is completely beginner in this language, first they start from their mother tongue, like Hindi to English, whatever their mother tongue, from their native to English. It is like beneficial to understand some words, structure, sentences in English. Once you feel that yeah, I have a good understanding, stop translating and start from English to English only. Otherwise it is a bit difficult, not bit difficult, very much difficult in the like starting when you are completely new to this language. So that time I would never say you should not translating, you should translating if you are completely beginner, because you must know what you are speaking. Is this the right word in English? If you are okay, let me tell you, if you are completely just learning English to English, you may not understand. You have to know that word in native language. In this way, you can learn this language. And once you become familiar with all the vocabulary, all the grammar rules, stop translating. Right? Because I did it personally. So I have experience. Because my journey was different, your journey was different. Everybody has a different level of understanding, right? So some people they are quite comfortable from the native to English, right? So they use this method, and even in institute also they teach us from Hindi to English, like any mother tongue. So I can't say that people should not do; they should do if they're completely beginner.
Probably that's a long story, you know. But I didn't learn in just way, so it's okay about your own pace of learning. Because I respect every way of just speaking English. You know, some people just listen, some people study, some people watch. So it's depending on your brain. How to learn
Yes,
faster is
it's
depending
on your
what you listen to, what's your brain actually focus on, what your brain is imaginable or logical. It's depend currently on your brain state and mindset of learning. From that, you can easily learn faster through your soma, and you could deliver it to your output zone. But when you're gonna learn faster, the input zone and the conducting zone will be better, and then you get the output zone or the myolinx, and everything will be prepared. Okay, so that's the thing. And another thing that have you ever read any books in English, like any storybooks in English? Have you shared that? Hindi to English, I mean, is translated. But have you ever read in
yeah.
English
I
book?
have I have read so many books, and I remember one thing, like one book which I read that was Room 102. It was written by Chetan Bhagat, and it was on English, right? It was completely in English. But that time, I was good at English. I had a good capability to understand in English. So that's why I prefer to read in Hindi, sorry, in English. Still, I read some whatever I want to read. I read in English only. Why my mind is trained now to understand the context of any word. I don't take help from my mother tongue. I take only when I don't understand the proper meaning of that word. Because somewhere I am taking Hindi as well to understand some advanced, very advanced words, how to use in context, where to use in according to the situation. So I can't say that I'm not following Hindi to English. I'm following somewhere. Why? For my better understanding.
Yep, that's proper. If you read books, then probably I'll suggest a book to you. The Alchemist. Have you heard about this book before?
Could you come again? I never heard this book earlier.
Alchemist. The Alchemist
I
by
will
Paulo.
definitely, though I'm not so much interested in learning, right? Like reading books. I don't know why, but I'm not into reading any books. But if you are recommending, I would definitely read.
But probably it's about a boy is Santiago, and his journey was beginning from the first and ending by recognizing the power of the universe, like deserving something. And he was just unlocking the secret of pyramids of Egypt, but probably he came across the alchemist person who said that many motivational kinds of thing, but it could learn English from that. Plus, it could just motivate yourself to learn English. So that's very proper. I recommend all of you. And it lasts with an interview with Paulo Coelho and Oprah, who discussed about different topics, that why he written this book and what's the purpose of writing this book. So that is the thing. So video is getting long. It's already 23 minutes have passed.
Hmm,
So it will be
we should wrap
difficult to
up.
download video. Till then, we'll meet next in future. And keep practicing English. We'll meet next in future. Till then, bye.
Bye bye. Take care.